Welcome on board to the Alien Spaceship talk show with Emmy Hikins and Trevor, a podcast where no topic is off limits. Fasten your seatbelt, stick the kettle on, you're in for a bumpy ride. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Gave these very popular shows, got them performed around the world, as I say. And he also did things like pranks and hoaxes and magic things. He gave people the impression that he knew more about them as individuals in his dealings with people than they actually knew themselves. He had this way with words. And in fact, he got famous by a phrase, not the nicest phrase, there's a sucker born every minute. And it's not clear whether he actually ever said that. But basically he was able to display that he could get people to believe things by making statements, and they think, wow, that's me to a T, that is really me. And he was very clever in that. Now, a few years later, I think it was in 1948, another American psychologist, who was a lecturer as well, he discovered what he called, it was a cognitive bias. We all have biases, don't we, which we'll think about in what we believe and what we don't believe. But he discovered something he called the Barnum effect. It was also called the Forer effect. Bertram Forer, this guy was called. And what this showed, he sort of did a couple of things to demonstrate the reality of this, to prove that people, in great numbers of people, could actually take on board and believe things about their personalities, about future predictions, all sorts of things, even though he knew nothing really about them. Now, what he did, he had a class of students who he actually gave a text to and asked them to complete it about how they see themselves, their personalities, lots of questions which would reveal something to him.
Right.
And then a week or so later, after he looked at everyone, he said, well, I've looked at all of your texts that you've given to me, and I've now written a response to each of you, a result, if you like, of what you've put there. Yep. And I want, when you read them in a minute, I want you to tell me, after you've thought about it, if you think that the result of what you said in your initial text is accurate. Does my response accurately define what you are, how you see yourself, how you think others see you? Yeah. So he gave out these texts, which he'd done. And then he gave them probably 10, 20 minutes to take on board what they'd said. And then he said, okay, is everybody ready? They said, yeah. He said, right, I want you to put up your hand if you think what I've done, the result of your initial form, personality form, if you think it's pretty good, very much you. And not to his astonishment, but to the students' surprise, everybody in the room, this is true, everybody put their hand up. Yeah. And he was obviously very, very pleased with this. And the students were just staggered because they think, wow, this guy's good. He really is good. In actual fact, just to say there, the end result of that, it was like 4.6 out of 5 in terms of accuracy of all of those things. That's the marks they effectively gave it aggregated together. So they put their hands down, and he said, okay, well, let me read John's, the one I'd done for John. And he started to read it, and within a few words, maybe a line or two, they all started to laugh because it went round the room. They'd all got the same thing. They'd all got exactly the same thing. If I may say, Cuz, you were the perfect Stooge. I don't really mean to call you a Stooge. When I read your one, I didn't really write that. That was very similar to what the guy, what Bertram Forer said. And this is the point, and it's the Barnum effect, and it's quite a famous thing the Barnum effect, or the Forer effect, as it also became known. It's a cognitive bias. When we read things about ourselves, it's all sorts of things on this, but that are positive. Let's face it, in life, we don't tend to consciously remember maybe bad things in the past, things that have happened to us, mistakes we've made. We tend to focus on and remember the good things, the things we've done well. And similarly, if someone says something nice to us or whatever, we humans sort of lap it up. We do.
Yeah.
We want that positivity. And it's
Yeah.
something you said as well, which I think is very true. We are all humans and we have human traits. And this idea that we're all radically different is pretty nonsense. Yes, we all have traits, and the difference is to what degree we may have those traits, isn't it? For example, some people say they're very shy or they're shy. Now,
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.